Hello, hello. Is there sound?
Did you start a new one?
Yeah, right now. It's on.
Oh, so this one, do I have to go out of here to
Yes,
find it?
leave that and come back. Now it says I'm live. But I can't hear if I can hear myself. Let's see. Oh, yay, I can hear myself. Look at that. All right. Sorry, guys. Hi, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. I have been having some severe, drive me crazy technical difficulties due to our internet, and for some strange reason, even my computer, my cell phone, everything got kicked off the internet. I don't know why, and since it got kicked off, I can't get any camera to pick up except for that. Yeah, I'll delete it in a second.
Because there's still people on here. I don't know if they're understanding what I'm telling them to do.
I gotta get rid of the other one somehow, but YouTube from my cell phone wasn't even working. Like, we tried to go from my cell phone, it wasn't working.
Well, no, can I get rid of it on here? Because I'm on your thing. Can I do it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can open the other computer, but I don't know if we want to keep bringing things on the internet.
No. How do I delete that one?
You might not be able to because I have it under Manage Videos.
Oh.
So I don't know what's going on with my internet, and I have a headache, so all this internet-y stuff was driving me insane, but I'm here now. I'm sorry for all of you who got confused, because, oh, and I can't delete it from here either. I actually have to do it from YouTube. I don't know how to do that, so I'll figure it out later, or I can see if I can do it right here from my channel. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm literally trying to do this stuff on the computer at the same time because I'm not very fast at this stuff. Yeah, it's computer only, Scott.
So you want me to open that one and delete it? Is that what you're saying?
Nope, I'm deleting it right here.
I'm confused.
Delete.
I'm not a techie person.
Delete. All right. Now it should be working. And you guys should have me nice and clear. You should hear me nice and clear, see me nice and clear. Everything should be super clear. Mostly. Mostly. All right. So, whew, my goodness. Let's go to the top. Let's see. Salt Life. Hello. Marla. Hello. Nancy. Hello. Ellen. Hello. Donna. Teresa. Paula. Kim. Hello, everybody. Susan, Netta, Marla, Tiffany, you sure you want to do this? Yes, I'm sure, if it's only for a little while. Hi, Becca. Yes, I got it to work for now. It was the internet. It's the internet, guys. I'm telling you, it's driving me insane. And it was weird because I was just on Teresa Louise's live while on my phone, like I had the internet working, but it was spooling, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just because I was setting all this up. Yeah, I don't know why it was doing that, but... hi June, hi Sherry, hi Wind Sprinter, Melster, hello, Jacqueline, hello, Angela, Shelly, Linda, let's see, where am I? June, Kathy, BP, Linda, the other Linda, let's see, Linda, another Linda. Wow, all the Lindas are here tonight.
Lindas are here.
June, Judy is here, Bonnie, Sue, Polly, Terry, Elizabeth, Vivian, Tina, Pauline, Joke from the Netherlands. This is better with glasses on. When my head hurts, it really, I just need to wear glasses and be, you know, fill my dorky self with glasses. I'm not, no offense to all you guys with glasses, but I feel like everyone says I look like a school teacher with my glasses on, and maybe I just need a different shape of glasses. I've tried lots of shapes, but yeah. Anyway, we got Tina, Pauline, Joke. Okay, I said that. Claudia, Susan, Nancy, Jim, Jenny, about one of those metal stream guides this week on Amazon that you showed last week. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Let's see. Joanne, Ashley, Tony, Liz, Denise, MJ, Darlene, Spam.
Hold on, I'm trying to delete it. It's going too fast.
That is so funny though, because what it says at the
Yes,
same
I
time
know.
as they have a regular comment.
I know.
Ay, ay, ay. Marlene. Yes, we got the troll. Don't worry, guys. It was a troll saying hi, ladies, which was kind of normal. Unlike normal for troll. Non-normal for trolls. Sorry, can't think.
Well, his
Anyways,
initials for his name spelled Apex.
I do not have a
Normal.
sewing machine camera because during that whole not working process, I don't know why, but my sewing machine camera is not working. So I'm just going to turn you guys, but for the very moment, I'm going to switch to my newest camera that I just got. It's called the cutting table camera. So that you guys can see down below, I'll adjust it another day, but I just wanted you to see, you guys know that this is my 25 patch block folder, and these are my pieces from the 25 patch blocks. So you guys can see we've done all these blocks in here. I'm not doing a 25 patch block. I just needed the folder so that I can have the little half square, the snowballed corners pieces that I've been making quarter square triangles with, or hourglasses, whatever you want to call them. I've been making these with these. Well, today I figured since I have a headache, I could work on pulling these out and sewing them together and get a lot of this done because there's so many in here and it's going to start confusing me because I'm trying to keep the color orders of how I've been doing these all together. So I'm literally going to start just pulling them out and sewing them. So I wanted you guys to see this is what we're working on today. And then I'm going to take you to the other camera, to the face me, and you guys can just face me at the sewing machine because I don't have the sewing machine camera going because I don't know what happened. But I just want you guys, should be a good clear quality camera, as you can see. So for the future, just so you know, once I figure all my technical junk out again and reset it back up again, this view will be for when I start cutting so that you guys can actually see everything that I cut from now on. The only angle you will not have in videos is ironing. That is just front face camera if you know, if you guys need to see it. But I can iron little things right here with my cordless iron and my little June Taylor mat that I have. So just for the future, if you guys want to watch that. But I typically try as best as I can to, you know, pass things to Scott when I can. But this will be one of the views. So now you guys know that is one of the views, and I'm trying to get things situated. I don't want to do camera in camera because that's just even more confusing, and I don't want to have to, I just want a button, press a button and switch the camera. Becca can do all the other fancy stuff. I'm not going to, so because I don't want to confuse myself. All right, so I'm going to pull some of these out and then we're going to just turn you guys. But before I do, I actually want to show you guys, I finished my jelly roll. I didn't quilt it yet. I just put borders on my jelly roll race from the other night with Becca. So if you guys haven't seen that already, if you go to Sew Becca's channel and subscribe to it, then you can see the other night she did, what was the name of the video? I think it was like how fast a jelly roll can actually be put together on a live stream. And it was Becca, Stephanie Stitches, Ian, the Off-Kilter Crafter, and Teresa Louise and me. We all were on, and Kathy's Quilts and Creations. I think is it Quilts and Creations? Oh my goodness, I get all these channels messed up in my head. Anyways, she has links to all of them on that video, but it was all of us sewing a jelly roll race, and we had so much fun. It was so much fun. You guys got to watch the video because even the replay is heck of funny. So here My quilt came out 78 by 84 with borders. So I'm going to turn you guys a little bit so that I can hold this up. Just going to try not to mess any of my stuff up while in the process of turning you. Right about here. Scott, can you grab this end real quick?
What are we doing?
I'm just holding this up so that they can see. This is my finished with borders, so you can see I put this way in the camera, towards me. You can see that I put 2 borders on it. The same yellow I used as my accent, I actually had more of, and I didn't know it. I had to search through all my stuff. And then I put this florally with yellow matching border on it. So I have this nice big huge 78 by 84 jelly roll race quilt. And I'll take full pictures of it after I quilt it. So yeah, it came out really nice though, and it's scrappy.
Am I just putting it on the floor? Where
Yeah,
you want me
just
to put it?
drop it. Just drop it.
I can fold it and put it somewhere.
I will clean it up later.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna turn you guys this way so you can see the sewing machine. Move that other mount. Put this right there. And the second one. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. I made that second one too. I started it on the video, but I finished it off camera. This one's not as big, and it's not, I was just mindlessly sewing, so I didn't care what turned out where. So it's black, whites, and gray, and turquoise, and yellow. And here's the funny part where I was actually on camera when this happened. You know, when you play bobbin chicken? Well, I played, somehow my striped fabric matched up chicken. So that's my little one. It's like, I don't know, it's not very big. It's probably like 35, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 39 by 50 something. It's a really odd long shape, so I'll add like some side borders to it and make it longer. It'll fit on a toddler bed. That's about the size it is now. It's like toddler bed size. So that was the second one that I started on the video just to have something to sew while we were all hanging out, but I never finished it.
Well, so that's all that. Looks great and loves it. Another great job.
That was
Quilts
just
are very pretty. That's
that one
cool.
Is an awkward size because that one I did 30 strips. Like I only had one of those half a jelly roll. It was 20 strips, and I had a yard of the gray and white polka dots. So I cut that into 10 strips and then added those 10 strips and put them on there.
But and how many strips did you use in the first one? The
first one I used 50 strips and the accent color, which was a bunch of 5-inch squares that I had already pre-cut, that I cut in half and made 2.5 by 5-inch strips. And then I used the yardage, the lemon, it's called lemon yellow. I don't remember where I have it written down. It's called lemon yellow or lemon ice or something like that is the name of the color. And it's just a solid.
What model Juki do you have, and do they still make it?
I have the Juki TL 2010Q. I don't know if they still make it, but they still sell it. But I'm pretty sure they have all sorts of new models that are exactly the same. The Juki TL 2200 QVP Mini, that's the same exact thing. The TL 2000 is the same. QI is the same exact thing. Like they're all the same. They have all the same buttons, all the same way the thread things, everything is exactly the same on those. So
and Teresa loves your glasses.
Thank you. Yeah, my glasses were an expensive pair of glasses that I got on sale. They're Michael Kors, and they have purple on the sides. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just doing these, and I would show you on camera, but it's like I said, that's camera is not working. But I can tell you what I do. Since these are all, I don't know how those got messed up, and this probably goes with these guys right here. Let's see. Yes, it does. So what I do is I take these half
page Judith Thorpe is on? Is that the lady?
Yes.
Judith Thorpe?
Judith Thorpe, hello. You need to email me because I need the rest of your address. When you had one on the giveaway, so I need it by today because that's it. Sundays are usually my cutoff, but I don't think you've been catching the videos. So you had one on the 10K giveaway, Judith. So make sure you email me today so I can have the rest of your address because I sent you an email, but I never got one back. So I take these half pieces that were cut off of snowballing corners, and they're usually together with their proper color. What I do is I put triangle side in first, like this. And then the next one, the next two pieces, so you can see the red's on one side. Well, I just put this one in triangle up. So now I want to take and put the red on the bottom with the squared side in, going in and up, in towards the needle first. So they go together in sets of two. So again, I just put one with the triangle up to the top first. And then I take the second one and turn it upside down so that I have the next side in. And I try to keep them as straight as possible. That guy went a little wonky, but oh well, I'm just going to leave it because I'm in a wonky kind of mood.
A wonky kind of mood.
My brain is gone wonk. I think something's wrong with my neck, and I've been telling this to Scott because every single day I have a tension headache. And it escalates the more things I do, or de-escalates the less things I do. And I think like standing at the long arm, sitting in here, standing to iron, all that stuff, standing to cut, or even sitting to cut, when I keep my head bent down, I can feel it worse going up the back of my neck. So I have a feeling that it's something in my neck because that's what's making it worse. And it's been every day for like, I don't know, at least 3 weeks. Every day. And I don't know, it's got to be my neck. And I just figured it was because I'm staring at a computer screen too much. But it's not, because I've really limited myself to my new computer screen. And then on Thanksgiving, I thought it was because we were watching movies all day and the way I was sitting in bed. Turns out it couldn't have been that because I had it the next day after. I don't know. All these days, I keep saying that I think it's something else, but I'm pretty sure it's my neck. But it's a good thing I see the doctor tomorrow. Well, those don't have a match unless it got mixed up in here. Just going to start on some more. Some of these I don't know what happened to the second pieces. Like I stick these all in here and I know I should be able to find them, but they get messed up. So I'm going to sew them either way. So is anybody else sewing? I know Teresa was making bowl cozies because I was on her live, and then I watched Becca before Teresa.
Yeah, she posted a picture of on Facebook of the bowl cozy.
Oh, awesome.
She said.
And then I was watching Becca before Teresa. She was talking with her mama. Her mom's so funny. And then what else was I doing today? Oh, I finished the borders on that quilt. I made my week 19 blocks for the Sew Along with Eric for the 52 blocks and 52 weeks, which I'll show you those real quick because it's literally right next to me in my big, huge Ziploc baggie. So this week's blocks are this, what did he call it? Pinwheel, rip it, something, I don't know, spin it and rip it, or whatever he called the video. It was funny. So if you guys don't know, Eric is with Treasure Heart Creations here on YouTube, and he's doing a 52 blocks in 52 weeks. Eric, you have your way that you could put your thingy mabobber in there.
He says, yeah, you made them fast.
I made them fast because I was making them while I was watching. I was already in here. Every time you post a video, I'm already already in here and cleaning up or playing with scraps. So
it was called Flip, Stitch, and Rip.
Yep, Flip, Stitch, and Rip. There you go. So I made my blocks real quick this morning. And that's the only sewing I've done today. Was the borders on the, what's the word for it again? Jelly roll race. And then I made those blocks first. That's the only things I've done today. I was going to load the long arm and...
They're all saying you need to go to a chiropractor.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm going to tell my doctor. Is it tomorrow that I see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell them. I'll tell him tomorrow. See what his opinion is. And then go from there. The chiropractor I have, she's usually pretty good. And
what are you working on now?
Cracks anything I need cracked.
What are you working on?
I am working on my little cutoffs from the my 25 patch blocks, because I didn't want to start another project. I just wanted to come in here and, while my head hurts, just do this, because I don't really have to think about it. I just sew them through. The only thing I have to think about is which color I put in first and which angle I put in first. And then I just keep them all together, and then I snip them apart in piles of 2, which you'll see soon, and go from there. And then sew the sets of 2 together. So I just sew them with a 1/4 inch seam, like anything else I do. So they're just the cutoffs from the little, when I make half square triangles or when you snowball a block or something. It's just those leftover pieces because I didn't want to throw them in the garbage. But if you guys have been following me long enough, you know that I don't really throw any fabric in the garbage unless it's the selvage or the little, you know, if something got wonky, you know, the slivers from cutting things up. I keep all my crumbs and little cutoffs all the way down to 1-inch pieces, which come in handy because last week's week 18 blocks had that I did with the 5252, I did 1-inch squares in. Because if you guys didn't know, I like small, tiny pieces. I like small blocks. Yes. Which I'll show those real quick so you can see why I saved my scraps. This is why I save my 1-inch pieces. Because I make that. So I have fun with my little pieces. Yep, that's what I do. So I don't let nothing go to waste. That's why a lot of people send me their scraps, because within like 6 months of sending it to me, they usually see it in a quilt top. Oh, come on, get in there. I'm not pulling those out anymore. Anyway, so yeah, that's things I've been up to today. I should have to soon wind bobbins though, because I have 3 empty bobbins sitting up here. I'm pretty sure this one's going to run out real soon.
Shirley wants to know if you ever crumb quilted.
Yes, I've made crumb quilts and crumb blocks and crumb this and crumb that. I've done lots of stuff with my crumbs. I have only done it like 3 or 4 times on video though. Because crumb quilting to me, I don't really record it ever, because it's usually when I just don't feel like being on camera. I don't feel like doing anything around the house. I just want to sit in here and sew. That's when I use my crumbs. Welcome everybody that's coming in. Thank you guys all for dealing with my issues and hanging out.
Well, he says that's why she has a 1-inch stash.
Yep, I have a 1-inch box too. I have a 1-inch square box, and then I have 1-inch. If it was If it was like a piece this big, I cut it down into 1-inch squares. If it's a piece like this big, I save it in my string bin. I'm very OCD about my scraps in this room. I literally chop them down to certain sizes and or they go in specific bins. And then I have bins for cutting things down too. Eric should know. He saw those bins in person. They're overflowing. Those are what I turn into pre-cuts bins. It's where the scrap is smaller than a fat quarter, you know, but big enough to turn into pre-cuts of some size. Anywhere from 5-inch square all the way down even in half marks and all the way down to 1 inch. And or strips. If it's selvage to selvage, but it was only like a 6-inch piece of fabric, I'll either cut 2.5-inch strips, 1.5-inch strips, 1-inch strips, or whatever I can get out of that piece, and then I split them up through the bins so that every bin has all the different colors in it. So no matter what I'm making, it still has a bit of that original fabric.
Eric's gonna make a block that uses 3/4-inch strips next week, just for you.
Sounds like fun, Eric.
The little 3-dot thing, she's out of focus.
The 3-dot thing. So if you are out of focus, see this? Where am I at? Right here. See the screen? Tap on your screen, and there's going to be 3 dots up here in the corner. Right there. Hit those 3 dots. Oops. I'm trying to look at the screen and do it. Hit 3 dots, and then you're going to get a screen that pops up and says resolution and blah blah blah. Choose your resolution and change it. Just know if you are running off of like 5G or 4G or something, if you change the resolution on any video, you're actually going to use more power on your phone. It'll eat up your power faster.
Joan says 1 piece block. She's a beginner quilter making her first quilt, and she hopes it turns out well because it's going to be a Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's awesome. I applaud all you beginners because when I was a beginner, I sucked, and all you guys are doing amazing.
So that's the point of your channels, to teach them how to quilt and to get people out there started and trying new things, right?
Yep, that's the purpose of this channel. To inspire you to create and not to give up. See, I randomly have one left on that. I'm going to put all the ones that have like singles left over together, you know. I'm going to show you guys how I do this now. So now that I've sewed all these, you can see a nice long string of them. Every 2, I snip. Because every 2, if I open them up, finger press one to the left and one to the right so that you can see them open. Every 2 is a block. So if I put these together, right sides together, I'm going to have a hourglass or quarter square triangle block. So every 2, I snip them apart because every 2 goes together.
Nellie says, Tiff, I still suck, but I don't stop.
I wouldn't. I sucked in the beginning and I kept going, and look at me now.
Okay, why do you sew one triangle set at the point and the next one at the corner? Is it because of nesting?
Watch. One triangle got sewn in from the point first, so I went in from here. So the next one, the opposite color on, and went all the way through. So that way, when I open them up, they're still together. They're opposite of each other, like this. And then I just put them right sides together. I can't get anything out of order. And then I sew down this side from point to point. That's why I do it. It helps me keep everything in order, and then I don't have to spend all that extra time trying to turn every single piece, trying to see which opposite colors, see if I put them in even the right way. You know what I mean? This automatically puts them no matter what. No matter what you do, this automatically puts them opposite of each other. see.
And Janet wants to know if you have a name for your machine.
No, I don't name my machines. I just say this is Juki. Although Eric kind of named, well, when he was here, that's the Geo behind me, my brother, because it's like Scott's car. It's slow as AF. Slow at AF.
Yes, we get it. We get it. You don't have to say that.
Eric, because he wanted the Lambo, but instead he got the Geo. It's kind of funny.
The Geo and Ferrari.
Yeah, the Geo and Ferrari is what they are. Although I said Geo and Nissan because my Nissan is faster than his little car, but
anything is faster than my car.
Anything is faster than his car, so I could just keep naming it Juki. And technically I do, when I talk about my long arm, I say my other husband. So technically my long arm is my other husband.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to call that a name, that's its name, the other husband.
Her cell phone is her boyfriend, Rodrigo.
No,
Juki is her other husband.
This is like Rodrigo number 5. You know how many
Rodrigos
I've been through?
Probably number 8 by now.
Yeah. My electronics have names, but my machines never did.
Anyway, Jennifer wants to know how you got started quilting and how long have you been doing it for?
I've been quilting for 6 years. I got started because I was in a wheelchair. I had my motorcycle, the fact that I couldn't ride my motorcycle was being taken away from me. Like I was riding here and there still, but it was fully taken away from me when I could not get myself out of the chair. Like I couldn't walk, my legs went completely numb. I had the shakes too bad, so I couldn't ride my motorcycle anymore. Well, I saw a quilt on the internet, and to this day I still don't remember if it was Pinterest or just Google search or whatever. I saw a quilt and I said I could make that, and I told Scott, and he dug out my sewing machine and he's like, are you sure? And we found all my supplies, and are you still sure you want to, isn't that something old ladies do? And I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And 2 years in, I was out of my wheelchair completely. So quilting was 100% therapy for me. And if you guys watch my beginning videos, I was in and out of my chair, but I was still teaching. I even showed you how to redo a wheelchair, like how to pimp out your wheelchair. You know, so it's my therapy. That's what got me into it. As soon as I started my first stitch, from there on, I knew. So for the last 6 years, this is all I've done. My only hobby. I never really had, I mean, if you consider riding motorcycles a hobby, that was my original hobby. And during the time I rode motorcycles, I also rode Sea-Doos out on the lake. And then if swimming counts as a hobby, that's my other hobby. I love to swim. And if laying out in the sun also is a hobby, that's another one of the things I do. So I just kind of got into it.
Netta wants you to know she's out of her wheelchair as well.
What?
Netta wants you to know she's out of her wheelchair as well.
Awesome. See, I'm telling you. There's something magical about quilting. Just so magical that it just helps. No matter how bad you feel. Even when you have a headache like me. I'm still going to do it. And even after taking tons of medications today, thinking it would help, I kind of feel a little, there's a word for it. It's not high, but just like a little woozy, I guess, because I did take a morphine earlier also. 2 ibuprofens and a morphine later, and I still have a headache. So it's definitely something that's in my neck. But that's okay. I will get better after I see the doctor. I have a magical doctor. He knows all the answers.
Shelly wants to know if we were always in Havasu or if we moved here for jobs. I don't think anybody's like born here, Shelly. Very few people.
Yeah.
Everybody's from somewhere else.
I would say 1 in every 2,000 people that live here were born and raised here. But no, most people are transplants to here. I am a transplant from California. As a teenager, I came here. So from early before teenager years, I lived in California. And then from 14 on, I've lived in Arizona. But I lived in Kingman before I moved here to Havasu permanently because my grandma was sick and I had 4 kids, so it was a hassle driving back and forth from Kingman to Havasu constantly when my grandma was sick. So she'd call me at like 3 o'clock in the morning, but you know, I was that granddaughter. I was the one she called. I was the one that helped. So I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, kids, let's go get in the car. They'd sleep the whole way, and we'd come here, and I'd stay the rest of the night, and put them to bed, and I'd help her with what she needed help with, and it just kept going on though, and the phone calls became more frequent. So I just decided to move here permanently, and that was like 15 or 16 years ago. But I love it here. The weather here has been a blessing for me, let me tell you. I had way more problems living in Kingman. Kingman had snow.
Not often.
Not often, but at least one day a year it would snow, and every once in a while it would be like 8 to 12 inches of snow. Just couldn't do it. I like my heat.
Jim wants to know if you tried topicals for headaches. What's a topical? Is that a cream?
Creams, probably. I've also done injections. I still have some injections, so I could use them if I need to, but it's mainly for migraines. This isn't a migraine. This is definitely in my neck.
Well, your injections didn't work for migraines. Maybe they would work for this.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. But no, the only creams I've tried were my arthritis creams. Arthritis creams are the only kinds. Any other topical cream, I don't know. Besides stuff for boo-boos, that's the only other thing. I never tried topical. I don't even know where you would put it. I have tried essential oils. Rub essential oils on your temples and things like that, and like behind your ears. I've tried that. Remember that, Scotty? That stuff that we got behind my ears.
You also had CBD cream.
And I tried CBD cream. That's the other thing, yes.
Which did absolutely nothing for either of us.
It doesn't work for anybody. Well, if it works for you, out there in the world, then that's good for you. But it didn't work for me, or Scott, or anybody else that has tried it. I can't even crack my own neck. My son does it freely. He just goes like this, and he goes crack, 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 and then he goes the other way, crack, 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 crack. I can't do it. It feels too tight. Like I can't move it. That's why I'm thinking it's my neck.
Just cracking it doesn't mean it's gonna help.
What?
Just cracking it doesn't mean it's gonna help.
No.
If it's a muscle problem, I can rub your neck and shoulders. I do it all the time. I do it while you're sewing, even. You know that. I've done it for you while you're on live before you.
Yep. So yeah, I just finger press these guys. That's all I'm doing. And then putting them together. They're already together. Just gotta sew them together.
Tell them you tried all the medicinal stuff.
Oh yeah, I've tried medicinal medicines too.
Even the gummies.
Even the gummies. None of that stuff works. And I can't smoke. You know what? Because that is the most disgustingest smell in the whole wide world. And edibles is the same thing. Like the chocolate covered pretzels, I can smell it in them, so I don't even like to eat them. And it's expensive. It's so expensive. We tried that just because it was suggested for my MS, just to try it because I have MS. So, but no, nope. If I could smell it, I don't want to be around it. Not even to eat it.
Did you send Eleanor her tracking?
Who?
Eleanor Woodring?
Yes, it
Okay.
should have been in the email. I sent it in an email. Yes, tracking was in an email. Anybody that purchases gets tracking from me, just so that you guys know. If you purchase, you'll get a tracking number. It's usually through PayPal, but some people say they don't even get it through that. But PayPal is supposed to give you a notification. And if I know your, cell phone number or email, I'll actually give you tracking that way. But if you win something, I usually don't give the tracking because that's just too many tracking numbers to try to keep track of. Like just recently I sent out 13 packages, and only 2 of them got tracking, and I still had to go through the list of all the packages of which state just so that I knew whose tracking number it was. So most of you should have already gotten all your packages that won.
Eric says, "Oh, no brownies."
No, nope, just not doing it, guys. I tried the brownies. I tried the cookies, the chocolate chip cookies. It's all just ugh. So gross. I tried butter. It's disgusting. I tried it all. Just gross. Guess I'd never been into any of those kind of anything that's what is not really, but what we know of as a drug, because when we were in school as a kid, it was called a drug, you know. But I just can't do it. And I don't even like pain medicines, but today I took one. You know?
Darlene says she got her package. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad that those of you are getting their packages. All of my other YouTube people that I watch that are non-quilting related are going on right now.
Janet puts her feet in a bucket of warm water and bends her head forward. She said it works great. Interesting.
I'll have to do that when I soak my feet after the video, because I've been soaking my feet since I have a bad foot right now. I've been soaking my feet in Epsom salts every night, so... This is something. Just so that you guys can see. Let me snip some of these off and pass them to Scott.
Janet looked it up on the internet. That's how she found it.
So when I snip them apart now, so they originally were all together like this, and then I just go back and sew them together like this. So now I have hourglasses, and I don't know, but they're supposed to come out around 2.5 inches, these little pieces, but I'm probably gonna have to trim all like 500,000 of them by the time I'm done making these, because I'm not even close to being done with the 25 patch blocks. So there's gonna be so many of these.
Am I supposed to iron those now?
You can if you want to.
Oh, well, of course I want iron. I always like to iron. I like to help when you let me. Can I have the tablet? Is it behind you?
Here, just use this right here. You got it.
Oh, well, you're reading that one, aren't you?
Kinda. I'm just gonna pass Scott a ton of these to
I don't know
iron.
what you're reading. Plus, this is tiny. Good lord.
Here, you can have the tablet then.
No, I got it. I'm good. I'm good. Just keep doing your thing.
All right. Alright, so I'm just going to keep sewing these. After I take a second to stretch.
What is this? Oh, that's your ice pack. You have an ice pack on the ironing table.
Yeah, I have an ice pack in here too, guys. But it's dead. I need another one.
Feels
I just
pretty
need
cold
to like.
to me.
I just need to like put it around my.
It feels pretty cold still. Take it out of the wrapping if it's not cold enough.
This is what I do around the house. Ice pack on head and balance it. I can do it, guys. I like rotate it between my normal place for an ice pack is right here above my eyes, and then I let it, obviously I don't wear my glasses, I'll let it fall on my eyelids. I've asked Scott so many times, and now I'm reminding myself again, can you freeze your eyeballs? For those of you that live in cold, like -degree cold weather, If you go outside, do your eyeballs freeze, or when you have tears coming out of your eyes, do they freeze right away? Because I put this on my eyes when it's super cold before, and I don't know. Do your eyeballs freeze? I've been wanting to Google it, but I'm not sure.
Do your eyeballs freeze? You know, I'm talking about stuff the Nazis used to do. Yes, you can freeze an eyeball. Yes.
I never want to go to a place that's so cold that your tears and your snot freezes to your face. Well, like on Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, I've seen Dumb and Dumber.
It's frozen to his face, all of his snot.
I Heart Fairies says vapor rub on your neck for headache.
Oh, I've tried that, yeah. I have some. I can do that.
Yes, we have big.
I have lots of vapor rub. I also have a vapor breather thingamabobber. And the juices for it.
Are they supposed to be this dinky?
Yes, they are supposed to be dinky. There's going to be hundreds of these little dinky guys. I'm estimating about, I don't know, at least 300 of these by the time I finally get to them all and finish. Because I'm not just using from the 25 patch blocks, I'm also going to empty my drawer that's filled with these little cutoffs as well and sew a bunch of them together. That way I can use them all up finally from my room.
Well, Twilight is on here, the lady from the Netherlands or Norway or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says she lives in super cold and her eyeballs don't freeze.
Aw. No, I'm just kidding. It's not.
She says it's
good
minus 30 Celsius. I'm not sure how cold that is for us, but it sounds cold.
Yeah, I don't know what minus 30 Celsius is, but that does sound cold. That sounds super freezing cold.
Yeah.
I don't think I could live in something that cold.
She's the one. She's Norway. Is that where she's from?
Norway.
I forget.
Twilight, you said? Hmm?
The one with the name Scum.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
It's Twilight.
It's Norway. Or in the Netherlands. I don't remember.
She's in one of those.
We're trying to remember where you live out there. Yes, Norway. Okay, good. I knew it was Norway or something like that.
Well, we knew it had an end. We knew it had an end.
We've shipped to her before.
Yeah, I know. When we did our giveaway for all of our out-of-the-country fans, yes. I wanted to see how much it costs to ship.
Yeah.
Something that costs $1.25 here in America. Most places it was $4 to $6.
Oh, you know what would be fun? While we're here, I don't know how. I think I know how. Hold on, while you guys are here. My mouse automatically shuts itself off. Look at this thing, guys. It sits so nicely. It has a little like divot right here for the thumb to sit. And then it has two little buttons. So my mouse automatically shuts off. That's what saves battery. It automatically shuts off after a few minutes.
Well, hey, on your mousey subject there, she says your hair is so beautiful today. Did you do something special to it? Miss,
No.
I have an ice pack on my head.
No, it's a disaster. I didn't even comb it, you guys. Like the hair back here is sticking up. I'm hoping that the ice helps it go down. Hold on, I'm gonna try something.
Robin has been in Alaska when it was 40 below, and she said no, her eyeballs did not freeze.
Oh, okay. Well, at least that's good.
Well, yes, that's a good thing.
I don't remember how to do this. Alert box, themes, charity, app store, custom.
Why, what are you going to do?
Logo. Hi, Becca's probably, she's in the chat, isn't she?
She was. I don't know if she's still here.
Stream. Channels. I don't know any of this. I'm going to have to ask her again.
What are you trying to do?
I want to do a giveaway.
Oh, right now? What do we have to give away?
Patterns.
Oh. Oh, for our foreign people? We have a lot of them on here. We have Australia, we have France, we have Norway. We have actually a lot on here.
Alright, hold on. Let me see what I got going on here. Let me grab something.
You, me, and her tattoos there, Uncle Albert?
2, 3, 4, 5. Just pull 5 from the top.
Uncle Albert wants to know what your bruises are under your arm. I think he means your tattoos.
Oh, I have tattoos. I have lots of tattoos. Well, not as many as you guys think. Alright, I don't have a way to do this.
I don't know if you're being serious there, Uncle Albert, or if you're spam, but...
I don't know if you guys could see this, though. I got bit by a bug. So on my neck, I literally have... Let's see how close I can get. See all these dots? Well, I had a spider or something. It bit me. Like, I literally have them everywhere. And it bit me all over my neck only. It got my neck and a little bit right here. And then a couple on my shoulder. Thought it was the weirdest thing. I woke up one morning and I was just itching so bad. And it turned out to be bug bites. But bugs love me. And I get bit all the time.
Do you have more things for me to iron? Because I'm done.
Oh, no,
Iron
not
Man's
yet.
on a roll.
I have to sew some more.
Iron Man's on a roll.
Here, let me give you a bunch of these.
Oh, well, let's do the giveaway if we're doing the giveaway.
Okay, well, I don't know how to do it with that other program, so what we're going to do is just, I guess we can, I don't know. What do we want to do?
How many people do we have on here that live out of the country?
How many of you are out of the country? Just type only if you're out of the country. I want those people to type only.
I know we just had 3 or 4. I know we have a France and Australia and
I haven't done an out of the country
right now. I know we
giveaway in a while. So if you're out of the country, speak up now or forever hold your peace.
Yep, I know you, Nadine.
Okay, we got
She's
France,
from France. There's Canada.
1, 2. We got
4,
3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8. A lot of Canadians here. 9. We got a Germany.
It looks like just the 8. Is it just the 8?
9. I counted 9. Heather didn't answer though from Australia. That makes 10.
10. 11.
Okay, but Heather didn't answer. That's another one. She's here.
All right, so what we're going to do is for my out of the country people only, we're going to do a giveaway. That means you have to be outside of the United States. So those that are inside the United States, we're just going to don't chat for a few minutes while we do this. We're going to give all those people outside of the United States a chance to finally win something, and they don't have to pay shipping on my channel. We're just going to give away some patterns. So I have an Eleanor Burns Quilt in a Day lattice work pattern. Let's see, Thimbleberry's Town Square pattern. Railroad Crossing Elaine's Quilt Block pattern. A Corn Wagon Quilt Company Penny Village pattern. And a 4-patch stripes by Raymond Steves Designs from 3 Dudes Quilting pattern.
How many is that?
That's 5 patterns. So 5 of you that are outside the country.
Yeah, there's like 12 of them on there.
All right, since those of you that are out of the country, only pick a number between, how many did you say there are?
There's at least 12 because Heather never answered, but I know Heather's on here. Then she left.
Okay, a number between.
Okay, there's another Canada, so that's 13 actually.
All right, we're gonna do. See this?
Hold on, I'm reading still.
A number between 1 and 20. So only my out of the country people
you need a bigger piece of paper to write their names on, though. Between
1 and 20. Choose a number between 1 and 20. The first person to get it will win 1 pattern.
Are you going to do that 5 times?
So type now. Yes, I'm going to do it 5 times because there's not very many people. So between 1 and 20. Choose a number between 1 and 20.
Okay, already done. Ayla 0812 got it at 17. Ella.
Okay. Ella has
she said
won.
She was Germany.
All right. Who was it? ELLA?
ELA 8 something.
812. 0812.
0812.
All right. So L0812, you are the winner number 1. You'll get a pattern. I'm just going to send them out at random, by the way. I need you to email me in the description below this video. There is my email, Tiffany_Groff_quilting_designs@yahoo.com. All right, let's do this again. All right, we're going to do it one more time. Only out of the country.
Ella, you can't do it again.
Number between,
you already won one.
A number between 1 and 20. Go now.
You guys can put numbers in again. We're doing it again.
You can put numbers in again, yes.
Everyone but Ella.
We got already.
Love.
Have a love.
Have a love got it right in the beginning. It was number 7.
It was 7.
The first one, she guessed it right off the bat.
Only because I did 17 last. All right, let's do it again. All right, we're going to do it another time, so give it a second. Give it a second. I think they're done guessing. All right, out of the country, guess again between 1 and 20. Go. I'm waiting for it to pop up.
Okay,
Scott E. Campbell. Scott E. Campbell got it with number 13. Okay, don't forget to email me.
Are you guys all out of the country? A lot of these are, there's way more than 13 people here.
That's because they think the same people are guessing multiple times to see who gets it. All right, you guys can stop. We're going to do it again. Got 2 more times to do this.
Yeah. Which one's first? That one? Okay.
All right. Let's wait for them to stop. So far we have L0812 with the winner number 7.
ELA.
ELA.
Yeah.
Ella. ELA.
Yeah.
I knew I had it spelled right the first time. Ella. And then Have a Love guessed 7 and Scott E. Campbell with number 13. So now we're going to do it 2 more times. 1 right now. And between 1 and 20. Again. Go.
Eric puts 1.5. What are you doing, Eric? No one got it yet.
No one got it yet.
Oh, there we go.
Who did it?
Sandra, you're not out of the country, are you?
Sandra Abundis, are you out of the country?
I didn't know you were. But if you are, there you go. You can win. It was number 5, Sandra Abundis. Where are you from, Sandra? I didn't know you were out of the country. I thought you were in America. I did not know that.
What is she? Where does she live?
I don't know.
Oh.
She has not said.
All right.
The last time, out of the country only.
Yep, this is out of the country only. Because I never get to give to
Sandra is in Texas. We're going to do that one again. Sorry, Sandra. This is only for out of the country.
Yep, this is only for out of the country. So only if you're out of the country. If you're not in the United States, you can guess to win.
Okay, let's start again here. You guys can go.
Go.
We're doing that one again. Or are we doing this one? Okay. We're going again. You guys can go. Only 2 people put numbers in. You can keep going. You can put it in again. You haven't won yet. You can enter another number. Okay, the first one that got it was Nadine Logan, got 11.
Nadine.
Yeah, Nadine said she was from France earlier.
Logan. All right, and Nadine Logan is winner. Don't forget to email me, and we're going to do this one more time.
Okay, last one.
Last
For our
one.
out-of-the-country people only giveaway.
All right, and go.
Start putting numbers in. Put some numbers in. Heather, you're always the last one to put a number in. Put a number in. Another number, Heather. That's not the right one. Put another number in, Heather. Keep going.
Nobody's got it yet.
Not yet. Boy, they're not getting this one. Oh, there we go. Karen got it. Karen Rabis.
All right, Karen Rabis.
Where are you from, Karen?
Okay, with the number 3. All right. Oops, they all fell now. All right, winners. Congratulations again, Ella 0812.
Karen, you're from Florida. No, this is out of the country. You have to be out of the country.
Who was the person that had 3 after that?
We're just going to go with the next person in line that had 3. I don't know. Hold on. Is it Twilight?
This is for out of the country only.
Yeah, Twilight had it.
Okay.
Which spelled ring. I don't like to say that though.
All right.
Your name means gloaming or Twilight. We need your address too. You're in Norway.
All right, there it is. So the winners again are Ella 0812. She had the number 17. Have a Love with the number 7. Scott E. Campbell with the number 13. Nadine Logan with the number 11. And Scumring with the number 3. All of you 5, please email me your address so that I can send you guys your lovely patterns.
Well, gloaming also translates to Twilight. That's why I say Twilight. Because I thought you were going off the movie Twilight. I don't know. Because I didn't know what gloaming meant, so I had to look it up.
All right, congratulations. The rest of you can talk now.
Diane says, LOL, easy mistake. Texas is so big, it could be its own country.
Yeah, it should be its own country, huh?
For y'all Texans who know your history, you guys were your own country for like 10 years when you first started.
Yep. All right, so we're going to do some more sewing now. I'm gonna grab out another stack of these.
What are you making today? They're asking again.
I am working on my little, here, let me show you guys the low camera again. Cutting table, cutting table. Oh, my mouse stopped working again because I haven't touched it in a while. So this is the cutting table area camera. So remember my 25 patch blocks? I filled this whole entire thing with all of my scrap cutoffs from the 25 patch blocks. Just like this. And I get quarter square triangles or hourglasses, as you can see. And so I've been making a ton of these. And I'm trying to save all that I can. And all these are cutoffs from making the 25 patch blocks. And Scott has pressed all these lovelies for me. So you could see there's tons of them. And there's going to be a lot more colorways than this. I'm just trying to keep them all together. And I'm hoping at the very end that there's at least more than 300. And the only reason why is because it'll be a nice size quilt if there's over 300 of these. So there's that.
Kiridly5 wants to say thank you. She got her winning package on Saturday.
Ooh,
She's
awesome.
so excited.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad that you guys all have been getting your packages. And these will go out into tomorrow's mail if you guys email me the out of the country that just won. And the reason why I did that is because I never get to do out of the country, but when I do patterns, I can because they're within reason to send. And Lord knows I have tons of them. I don't ever make anybody else's patterns. I always make my own. So. Oh, and just so you guys know, I never finished my table runner that I started free motion quilting because it frustrated me. So obviously that is one project that I did give up on, but I'm gonna finish it on the long arm. I have, it seems like enough, I think there's enough fabric there to catch on the red snappers so that I can load it and be able to quilt it, but I have not touched it since, well, I have touched it since then, and I couldn't get it to, it just wasn't working. I don't know what it is, but my machine is not meant for free motion quilting. I've gone through everything that they say, all, you know, check your tension, check your bobbin tension, make sure that your feed dog is down, make sure that your stitch length is 0, make sure that the blah blah this and blah blah that, and change thread, change the new needle. I did it all, and it just doesn't work for me. If I would have done it on the brother machine, I probably could have free motion quilted, because that machine I've never had a problem with free motion quilting on, but this one I always have. And it's not to say that if you were to buy a Juki that you would have the problems. It's just my specific Juki has problems. Because I know lots of people who free motion quilt on their Jukis, but I just can't. It's probably just the user. One of these days I'll be able to get the giveaway things done a little bit more normal for you guys, but sorry if it was confusing for some of you. I gotta figure out how to use that other thing that Becca showed me. I just don't know how to use it properly, so I kind of can't do anything with it yet. And then all future giveaways will be done at random. Make it so much easier.
Lori wants to know if you tried that on the brother. I have the same brother machine you have and haven't figured out how to change to the free motion quilting foot yet.
Oh yeah, the brother machine, I actually have a YouTube video on here, well, more than one, of free motion quilting from the brother machine. I never actually finished that project because it was kind of like just showing you how to free motion quilt, you know. But yeah, I've used it to free motion quilt plenty of times, and I've never had a problem with that one. It's this one that I have the problems with. That one's always good. I've never had to change any settings or anything. I just put the feed dogs down and go to town. What's everyone saying, Mr. Scotty?
We're talking about the word gloaming and twilight. I don't think gloaming is an English word, and we're talking about that. When I looked it up, Google said it meant twilight. And yeah, they're saying that they don't think it's an American English word.
Probably not.
And then Julie said it's kind of like dusk and dawn. So I told her, yeah, I think Julie has it right. I think Julie's saying what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
She's trying to say her name is like dusk or dawn.
Yeah.
Is what we would call it. In her language, one means the sun coming up, and the other it means the sun coming down.
Interesting.
Hers is the sun going down, so hers means dusk. Her name actually means dusk in our language.
That's cool, though. Learn something new every day.
Okay, Apache Flower wants to know, if you're learning to quilt, is it better to learn to quilt as you go for your first project?
Not necessarily. Most people that choose quilt as you go, they make their blocks and then they, you know, put it with the batting and the backing, and then they do the quilt as you go thing by quilting it and then put it aside until they have all their rows worth and so on and so forth. Most people do that because of the space. Their problem is their throat space. That's why most people that I've met or met out here or been told, their throat space is the reason why they do quilt as you go. So it's not necessarily meaning you have to start that as a beginner, because as a beginner, I did free motion quilting and or just stitched in the ditch. I made my top, spent time on the floor, laying everything out and making it all nice and flat with the backing, the batting, and the quilt top. And then glued it together with spray and or basted it with using pins, safety pins. And then I just stitched in the ditch, which was easy, and then bound my quilts. The ones that quilt as you go want to be able to do their fancy quilting, their free motion quilting within the throat space that's allowed, or say they don't have a floor to lay it out on to baste it and they only have the table that they have to work on. So you don't necessarily have to do quilt as you go as a beginner. I would say try to make a top and quilt that, and then also try a quilt as you go, and whatever method you prefer works best for you and your situation of the size of your room, the size of your table, the size of your machine. Whatever method is less of a hassle, go with that route. There's nothing to say that you can't. Most quilts contain blocks. Blocks can be quilt as you go. Now, if you're doing something where the blocks interweave, then that's going to be a little bit harder on quilt as you go, because the way it's done usually with sashing and or the blocks are hooked together and then the back is, folded in, and some people hand sew it. I mean, so I would say it's personal preference. So try it both ways. See if you like it. I did not like quilt as you go. I just rather make the top, Even when it comes to making blocks, I just rather just put them all together and make a top and then quilt it.
Dawn says I watch a video of yours every night just to learn more.
Awesome. I have lots of old videos, and I gotta tell you, for all of you newbies that are here on my channel, I am not gonna go back and fix the video quality of any of my old videos. So if there is a video that you really like but you cannot see it very well, I do take suggestions on remaking. And soon I'm going to be remaking the Layer Cake Madness, because it was requested by a quilt shop and they gave me the fabric to do so. So I'm going to do Layer Cake Madness all over again in a video. So I'll probably just do it on live stream, because that's what I did in the original first place, but it'll be multiple cameras and a lot better. But if there's something that you really like and it's a horrible video quality, I could probably remake it if it doesn't have like a PDF download for it or instructions wrote in the bottom.
Joanne asked, my top stitches on the machine isn't right. How do I adjust them? Bottom stitch is great.
Depends. If your bottom, would she say top stitch is not right? Yeah. That means her bobbin tension is up on the top, right? If you're seeing your bobbin stitches on the top, or it looks nice on the bottom but crappy on the top, that means you need to pull your bobbin, needs to be adjusted back down. So that's your bobbin. If your top stitches are showing on the bottom of the fabric, that means you need to pull your tension back up from the top tension area. So it could look beautiful on the bottom and you're seeing your bobbin on the top, that means you need to adjust your bobbin.
Then Heather asked, are you going to be making the mini Lone Stars soon?
Yes, I need to get to that. It's going to be for all you mini quilt lovers, because some people don't want to mess with the 7/8 of an inch of strip. But Eric's going to be doing a block with 7/8 inch. So. Okay.
And Apache Flower said, thank you for answering my question. I have one more question. What size block should I start with?
The bigger the better. When you're just starting, it's best to just use big blocks. I always say to beginners, 10-inch squares, 5-inch squares. The bigger the block. That way when you're cutting it into a half square triangle, you're not starting with something this dinky, just so that you can get a feel for it. Get a feel for your half square triangles, get a feel for your flying geese, get a feel for snowballing blocks. Bigger blocks. when you're used to it, then you can move on to the little stuff. Because when I started, I just cut big squares, and then I rotated them because I cut from sheets. That was my first quilt, you know, and I liked it, so I kept going. And now I play with little tiny blocks.
Teresa just wanted to let you know that your long arm video with the red snappers came in handy again.
Ooh, awesome. I'm glad.
Teresa McBrayer.
Yep.
And tell Teresa Louise to put her site on here.
Teresa, put your channel on here. Any one of you that is a moderator, all my moderators, a lot of them have channels. You guys can share your channel.
Did it, and Teresa didn't. I told her already earlier.
Oh. Yeah,
hasn't
Teresa,
done it.
you put your link to your channel on here so that people can find you.
Okay, Joanne, the one that was asking about the top stitches, she says, you mean the tension. I have it on 4.
The bobbin tension may need to be adjusted. Or you can loosen it. My tension on my machine is like 2. I don't know if you guys' machines have a dial or not, but mine's set at a 2. My top tension, and my bottom, as long as my bobbin don't work. But if you're using a machine that has a drop-in bobbin, then obviously you can't change the tension. So just lower it. Lower your number. On this one is set at a 5. I keep this one at 5. But if I free motion quilt, I change it down to like 4 something, like right between the 4 and the 3. I lower the tension on that because it works better with the free motion quilting. Because that one doesn't have a pressure foot pressure gauge, so the tension is a lot different. So I lower it when I free motion quilt. If that makes any sense at all, guys.
Carol said she saw your Hunter Star and knew nothing about quilting, and now she's hooked. She said, great instruction video.
Oh, thank you.
I said, awesome, Carol.
Yes, I want to do the Hunter Star in a different color because Scott he didn't like my original colorway until he saw the quilt done, but I want to make it in like a batiks with black colorway because I love to use bright batiks with the color black. I want to make it again, but I also want to make them smaller. I want to take that same thing that I did with 10-inch squares and do it with like 6-inch squares. You know what I mean? Because that's as small as that would be as small as I would want to go because the block has to be trimmed down anyway. Yeah.
And Marlene says, what will you be making with your hourglass squares?
Secondary quilt. Just another quilt. I'm not sure if I want to alternate them because they don't always come out at 2.5 inches. So if I was to measure this one and another one. Yeah, see, they don't always come out at 2.5. This one's 2 1/4 by 2.5. This one's 2.5 by 2 and 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2 3/8. You know, like they're all going to be 100% different. This one is exactly 2.5 by 2.5, like exactly. I was hoping they were all going to turn out 2.5, but they're not. So I'm probably going to have to trim them all down to 2 inches. And I was thinking of like alternating these with like flying geese blocks and then this and then a long flying geese, but then change it up for the next row. I don't know. I'll figure it out because I want to do something fun and different that nobody else does but me. You know me. I'm always thinking of something new. But whatever I do would definitely be fun. I'm very scrappy. Oops, wrong button. My foot.
Jenny asks, can you square them up?
Yeah, I'm going to square them all up. Yes. They're all going to get squared up when I finally get to doing that.
And Carol wants you to know that she just loves you. She says, I just love Tiff.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Kay Ridley asks, does anyone find the bobbin winder on your sewing machine winds the bobbins too loose? I can see the loops on the outer rounds of my bobbins. It doesn't seem right.
Is your bobbin winder built on your machine or is it an external one? External ones, you have to adjust the tension on the bobbin winder itself. I had to do that with my
bobbin winder on the sewing machine, so it sounds like it's
then
the
if
one
it's probably going out if it's winding them loose. I don't know how to adjust that, honestly. This one doesn't have, it's computerized on this part. It's hooked to a special whatever. There's a wire in there that hooks to something. It's on the machine. Yeah, it's, I don't know how to do that one. You might need to take it in and tell them if it's too loose, they can fix it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now is roll bobbins because I have a feeling it's going to be out soon. Plus I need to hold my head up straight for a minute. Yeah, the one and only time I've ever taken this machine in for service was to, they had to file my needle plate because the hole was actually off center. So they had to file it down because I kept hitting. And ever since they did, it still seems like it's off center. Just ever so slightly. But that's the only thing I've ever had to have fixed. But I'm pretty sure it's not that hard to fix, you know, the bobbin winder to be tight again, to roll them tight.
Karen wants you to know that she's a new quilter and she's making your shattered window quilt. She loves it.
Awesome. I gotta quilt that still. I wanted it done before Halloween, and then I wanted it done before Thanksgiving, and well.
Jennifer says your nails are so pretty. I wish I could draw mine.
Well, every month they get about this long. It's my natural nails, but I like to keep them short. The longer my nail is, and if I don't get my nails with the acrylic and the gel on it, then I scratch myself so bad because I have MS. These are dull, so I don't leave marks. I have to have the acrylic on them, or else I leave marks on myself, and I end up with petechial hemorrhaging on my skin, like all over the place. Just ask Scott. I just ended up with like these big red dots covering my whole body because I scratched myself that bad. So I keep my fingernails nice and dull.
It's 6:40. Are you gonna keep going for a while, or?
No.
It's up to you. You did come on a little late.
Yeah, I'll go on until 7. I have one bobbin that doesn't fit on here correctly. It still rolls, but it doesn't fit correctly.
Am I ironing anymore?
As soon as I sew these.
Okay.
Oh! They could have made it a little bit easier to thread this machine. I mean, it's easy except for winding it through the 3 loops. Same with the long arm. They made it too close to the machine. So when I have the shakes, I have a hard time getting it through all 3 loops on the machine. Alright, back to sewing some more. So now I'm at the part of hooking them. Oh, almost sounds like someone pulled in the yard.
It did. Was that front door open? I don't know. CJ here?
No. His car sounds different. I can hear all the traffic because this window I keep hitting this. The window right here is to the front yard, so I hear all the traffic. And it's the time of year that I usually open the window for natural light, but I put a quilt over it and I put my chalkboard thing over it. You know, I've been wondering, is this chalkboard magnetic?
Eric says traffic? What traffic?
Oh yeah, The rare time we have people driving up the street in convoys. There's like 5 at a time. That's pretty much what just happened. Like they probably all went to the neighbor's house. Kind of sounds like the neighbors across the street.
Eric says foot traffic.
You guys, I'm running low on my snacks. Anybody want a piece of candy? Here you go. Choose. Choose. There you go.
Do you want me to buy you some more snacks when I go to the post office tomorrow and get you more?
I think I want mint.
Maybe. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah, I'll get.
Although those are pretty old, maybe you should finish those off.
Yeah.
Maxine got you those how long ago?
No, these are the ones I bought when we went to the dollar store one time.
You're right, you did buy those, yeah. I thought it was Maxine for a second, but no.
No, she bought me candy for the bedroom. I don't want to eat chocolate because I don't want to have a stomachache and a headache. That would not be a good combination. Jim lives near school through traffic day and night. Well, we live on a cul-de-sac, and we hear the traffic that comes on the cul-de-sac, but at night when it's like, you know, really late, if someone's speeding or a motorcycle or a razor, which is a side-by-side or, you know, those kind of things or anything like that, drives down the cross street to our cul-de-sac, we hear that. Some people's things are just way loud. Once a week I hear an ambulance. Maybe, if that. Yesterday I was actually on the, who was I? Was it yesterday? I was on the phone with Teresa. Was it you, Teresa, that I was on the phone with? It was somebody. I was on the phone and 2 helicopters literally left the hospital within like, because we're like a trauma 4, which is not a good trauma, or trauma 5, I mean. So we send out anything that's a level 1 or 2 to other hospitals via Phoenix or Vegas. And the other night, the helicopters, both of them came in at the exact same time, came in while I was outside having a smoke. They came in, I can hear the helicopters at the hospital. Then, not even by the time I was finished, I'd say 8-10 minutes tops, they left at the same, well, one left first and then the second one after, and they both split ways. One went towards Vegas and one went towards Phoenix. I was like, wow, crazy. There must have been an emergency in town, or like an accident, because when there's accidents, they end up out of town. You know, they're backed out. That's the most I hear in a week, the helicopters from the hospital. Oh, and then the random planes in the sky, because we do have
we get a lot of planes.
We get a lot of planes. The airport here, there's a lot of people that have their own planes, and they go out and screw around in their planes above Havasu. And if you live in Havasu or close to it, you know what it's like to live somewhere where there's a small airport constantly. Little rich people flying around in our own planes. And then this time of year, actually, we have the hot air balloons. One of these days, if I'm up early enough and catch them on a morning flight, I'll go out and live stream during the hot air balloons. We never know which way the wind is going to blow them. So, you know, at least twice a month, they'll be right above our house because the wind takes them this way, and they'll come right above our house. So during the winter, if I randomly have a morning live stream, it's because I'm showing you guys the hot air balloons. I get so excited every year to see the hot air balloons.
They've been out. He's been out every day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I saw him just the other day. But he wasn't close enough for me to film or take pictures.
Sharon wants to know what you're making.
Who?
Sharon wants to know what you're making.
Hourglasses or quarter square triangle blocks, whatever you want to call them. I call them hourglasses because they're the hourglass in color. You know what I mean? And they're all, well, a lot of them are the same, but once I get through them, they'll all be different.
Okay, Crystal asks, if I stitched 5 2.5 strips together, they're supposed to be 12. I got 11. Why?
I don't get it.
I don't either.
5 2.5 inch strips
I don't know
together.
What she's asking.
That should be 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be 11.5 inches. No, 11 inches. Yeah, because of the seam allowances.
That's what she says she got. She says I got 11. Why?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Five 2.5 inch strips. No, it would be 10.5 inches, not 11. It should be 10.5 inches. 5 2.5 inch strips together. That should be 10.5 inches. I don't know what I'm thinking. I gotta look at the table long enough. Yeah. Why did I hit it off? Or did it die?
I don't know. Irma asked, does Tiff have her microphone on?
Can you guys hear me? It should be on. It's showing that I'm talking.
I don't know. There's only one person that asked, so maybe their thing isn't working. I don't know.
Yeah, just turn your volume up. It's on.
Okay, well, Cindy says she enjoyed Becca's jelly roll race. She has 170 feet of jelly roll strip done with black diagonal accents. I cut strips in half. Completed strip section is 19 and a half inches. How do I sew together vertical rows?
Read that all over again.
I have 170 feet of jelly roll strip done with black diagonal accents. I cut strips in half. Completed strip section is 19 and a half inches. How do I sew vertical rows?
By folding it back up and sewing down 2 more and then trimming it. I didn't think 170 inches isn't going to be
170 feet.
Oh, 170 feet, yeah.
That's what she says.
About right. Just keep going. You start. Here, I'm going to give you guys a little quick jelly roll race short version. How about that? Just because we're here. Let me grab this and this. Alright, so you've made your long strip, right? I'm just going to hook these together so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're going to pretend no matter which, I'm sewing with my opposite foot, so it's making it a little hard.
Some can hear you and some can't. It's up and down. Some say they can hear you, but it's hard to hear you. Some can't hear you. Most of them say they can. So I don't know. I think they need to turn the volume up.
You guys might need to turn your volumes up.
Well, some hear you just fine, and then others, I don't know. It's up and down.
That's fine. Anyway, alright, so here, say you hooked a ton of strips together. Here's your connection, right? So once you get your long strip, no matter if it's diagonal, however which way you connected them, you're going to take one end, the long end, and the other long end, and you're going to put them together. But you're going to put them together down a little bit. So you're going to adjust them. And just for video's sake, because I'm not really trying to, sew all this up, but I'm just going to show you because it's scraps. So you say this is 16 inches down, and you put it down. Then you sew that big long chain. Well, say I'm already at the bottom of that long chain, and now I have I'm not going to go the rest of the way, but I have this left over. When you get to the end, you're just going to go like this, snip, and then continue on. Okay, and then you're going to open that up like this, and you're going to bring that really long end now, find your other long end and your other long end after you trim this one nice and straight. We're just going to pretend I did, you know, trim it off, your little 18-inch piece or whatever size you started with. Put those two long ends together again. Then you're going to sew down the side. Again, one side. Just choose whatever side. If you want to do it this way, you can do it this way or that way. Depends on what colors are matching up. You sew them down those sides. Then when you get to the end again, stop before you're completely at the end. Again, with the scissors, snip it again. Then you're just going to repeat. So now you're going to have a 4-piece. So let me just show you for video's sake.
I don't know. A lot of them are saying their volume isn't good, that they have it all the way up and they can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Some say they can hear you fine.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know why it would go down all of a sudden.
Some say they have the volume all the way up and they can barely hear you. I don't know. Some say they can hear you fine. I don't know. They're still talking about it. Just finish what you were teaching. You're almost done.
Let me turn these off. All right. So where were we at? We're at the set of 2. So we're going to hook the set of 2 together and make it 4. So I'm just going to pretend like I'm at the end. I'm cutting my set of 2. Then sew it all the way through. Open it up, you have 4. Find your way end and your way end. Fold them together again. Sew down that side. And just rinse and repeat over and over. So you would be sewing down this, cut that bottom. You have your really long seam, cut that bottom until you've done it, what, 5? I think it's 5 total times. Maybe it's 7. I don't remember. Until you have, if you're using one jelly roll, it's 36. It'll have 36 strips, you know, 36 of a row. If you did like me, I think mine was, I did 50 strips and I had like 8 more than 36, so whatever that is, and so on and so forth.
Well, she said, so I want 70-inch vertical size. How do I figure how wide the quilt will be?
How many strips is she using? I did 50 strips with accent colors on mine, and mine came out 64 by 72. The original, before I added borders and trimmed it to size. So you won't get that size with just one jelly roll. One jelly roll is 55 by 60 something. So just keep upping it. But 2 jelly rolls becomes too long. It becomes 69 or 70 by like 110. You know, so if you split it in half, you get 2 quilts. Just know that. So it's got to be under 2 jelly rolls or more than 2 jelly rolls. All right, I'm going to snip these and pass them to Scott.
And Terry asks, can you point me to that method? I would like to learn it.
Method of?
I imagine all the stuff you're talking about, jelly rolls. I don't know. She doesn't say.
Oh.
I read you exactly word for word.
Me and Becca and Teresa Louise and Ian from the Off Quilter Crafter and Kathy Creations and Stephanie Stitches, all on Becca's channel on Friday night. We did this exact thing with the jelly rollway. So go over there and watch. We try to explain it as best as we can, but we're pretty much racing through it. I mean, not giving as much direction as we should, but you get the picture when you're watching it, if that makes any sense. I rewatched the whole video and I can understand what's going on. So
Cindy said she started with half cut strips. It's about 2 jelly rolls.
Yeah, you're not going to get you're going to get really long length, but you can cut it off, you know. With 2 jelly rolls, you can cut it to the size you need it, and the width will be as wide as what I have over here. I think it's like 65 or 68. I don't think it's 69 or 70. Alright, I'm going to sew the last of what's sitting up here and then get off of here, because that way I can stop tipping my head down.
It's 7. We got to go get gas yet tonight with Leroy. And then any of the kids that want to jump in, we still have to tell them that we're going.
So if you have any questions, ask them now. And if anything, if Becca's still here, she could put her link to her channel in. And if she's not, then I guess...
Teresa still hasn't put her link in.
I can.
Because she doesn't want to. Cindy asked, did you ever cut the strips to length, then sew together? There you go, Teresa. You finally put your site in, your channel. Good job. Did you ever cut the strips to length, then sew together?
Like as if you were going to make a bargello, then you need to alternate the directions of which you sew your strips together. But yeah, you can do it that way too. Straight. Just straight rows. Cut your strips, you know, sew them together, and then just cut as many as you want to the length. I would say it's faster. I would say it's faster to do it the jelly roll race way though, because yeah, if you're just sewing them one individual strip on at a time, you're going to be alternating directions, which is going to take time, and then you're doing individual strips instead of dividing it by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you know what I mean? Every time you hook strips together. So if you have time to do it, you can do it that way. Yes, Jenny Doan with Missouri Star Quilt Company has a good one too. I can tell you this right now, I'm not going to make another jelly roll quilt for at least 6 months because I think I'm jelly roll raced out of it. I've done like 4, 5 now in this last month. Not, yeah, November, it's still November. So yeah, in this last month, I'm done. I'm done with jelly roll races for a while, guys. So there's lots of channels with it.
Darlene says you made a cascade or rain quilt. Is that what she is wanting it to be? Long strips hanging down?
Yeah, that could be. There's cascade like rain. I actually have that pattern too. I know which one she's talking about.
She asks, how do I get black diamonds to form diagonal lines?
I have one. It's called Floating Gems. Check out that pattern. I think, did I write a PDF for Floating Gems? I may or may not have. I don't remember.
Action Flower says, do you have to use batting in your quilt?
No. They call it a summer quilt if you don't use batting in it.
Does it still quilt though when you go to do the quilting?
On a long arm, it's a little different. I mean, it does, but the tension really has to be set really low because it's, yeah, it will mess with it. When there's 3 layers, it quilts way better, but you don't have to use batting.
Yeah, it's just 2 sheets put together without batting.
Yeah, it's just 2 sheets. It's like a duvet cover without the insert. But you can do that. You can do whatever you want to make a quilt. Whatever. You know what I've put? You guys know what hospital blankets? They're usually a thin white blanket that they put in a warmer. It's like woven. I've put those inside of quilts before because I had a bunch of them donated to me, and I just redonated them out by putting quilts on them. You know, so yeah, you can put whatever you want or not want inside of the middle of a quilt. You can, if you are broke and you want to make a quilt, you know, if you have an old comforter but it's still in good condition and it hasn't bunched up really bad, you can actually take the ugly fabric that's on the outsides of your old comforter or even a new comforter and take it apart, take the batting out of it, and use that as your quilt batting. I've seen it done, and I've done it. I only did it once with a twin size, but it's a little bit of a hassle. But comforters aren't stitched very much. They just have like a big oval here and a big oval there, and that's all they stitch them, and then it bunches up in the corners. If you can put it together pre-bunch, then it will work for batting. I'm cheap, guys. I've tried it many things in the past.
Twilight said she used woolen blankets in some of her quilts.
Yeah, you can do that.
Emily wants to know, can I send you a Minky back? Working on a quilt now, want a soft back.
Yeah, I'll quilt Minky.
You about done?
Yep. All right, guys.
Oh,
you have some more to press.
Okay, well, I can't take this if you're going to read off the
Oh, I'm reading. You can put that. You can close that.
Okay, so we're good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I'm going to, if you guys have anything else. Thanks. Floating gems. I have the vision of what I want. Black diamond and Bargello positions. Ah, yeah. And what is the other one that's other than floating gems? I have another one. I have tons of jelly roll patterns. The quilts. I have tons of all sorts of patterns on here. They're mainly all verbal visual, but they all work. You can see what I'm doing in most of them.
Well, as you know, I have your videos playing all day long.
Scrappy Square you just showed very effective. Hi from Australia. Hello. I put a quilt top on fleece snow batting. Yeah, you can do that too. Is that what you want to do, Emily? Is just have the Minky back and then the quilt top, or do you want batting inside of it too? Is that what you're gonna do? You can text me. Alright, I had to go save my clothes from the rain that is coming. Oi! Yeah, sorry, Heather. I had old pillows used on the couch cover, them orphan quilt blocks. Yes, that works too. I've used old mattress cover. That works. I just want to send quilts to Tiffany until I can pay cash and get trained on a free motion lawn. But I don't want to overload her. Don't worry, nobody's overloading me. I do what I do when I do it. Everybody that sends their quilts to me know that. I get to what I get to when I get to it. Alright. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you for making time less monotonous. I'm glad that I could hang out with you guys today. I'm sorry that I couldn't give you a sewing machine view because I had internet problems at the beginning. And
a lot of problems.
Yeah, a lot of problems. I was so mad. Trust me, I kept telling, I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to go on, but because I kept pressing go live and it was not working. I was so mad. And you guys don't know, when I get mad, I get mad. All right. Well, congratulations to all my winners.
Her neighbor man is scared of Tiff.
Ella, yeah, I have people that are scared of me. Ella 0812, Have a Love, Scott E. Campbell, Nadine Logan, and Scumring. Please email me so that
Nadine
I have your.
Did. I think Scumring did. I don't know. I think
that way I can have your addresses.
I don't know about Ella and Scott.
All right, I'll check, but when I get off after I get comfortable in bed. But other than that, congratulations to my out of the country winners today. And don't worry, in countries, you guys will get more giveaways soon. I got to figure out that, make it easier because there's so many of you here. All right, lots of love. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you in my next video. And don't forget, Wednesday is 25 patch block for all you guys to watch. So, see you later.
If you're not on before Wednesday.
Oh, unless I come on before Wednesday.
Who knows?